Hey everyone, Scott Wortanen, Honest Rate. Let's talk about all this talk about Trump and a 50-year mortgage. So, what is it? Let's dive in. So, number one, it's nothing's official yet. This is really at this point an idea, hearsay, whatever you want to call it. But there's no official release of a 50-year loan. Number two, um, is it going to be some game changer? And at this point, really, time will tell. But I do think we should use history to give us an idea if we think that a 50-year loan would even be a good idea. And in the past, there have been 40-year loans. There are still options out there nowadays. I've seen companies that they primarily use it in their loss mitigation, which is, if you have a mortgage currently and you're struggling to make your payments, you can contact your servicer and see if there's anything there they can do to help you out, work with you. I have seen cases where they'll use a 40-year loan to essentially stretch it out, save you some money, and help you with what you need. As far as new loans, like you're applying for a loan, whether you're buying a home, you call us up and you're refinancing and you're applying for a new mortgage. We've seen 40-year loans in the past, and they really haven't taken off. And the major reason why is the longer that you fix the interest rate, the longer stability that you give someone, the higher the interest rate is going to be. It's very similar to an insurance policy. When you look in a bank or a lender fixes your rate for 30 consecutive years, or 40 years or 50 years, they're essentially saying, here's your rate today, and we're guaranteeing that it's not going to change over the life of the loan, which you all may be familiar. If you apply for a 15-year mortgage, generally they have lower interest rates than a 30-year loan. And a lot of that concept is just about the length of the loan. So if you were applying for an insurance policy, let's say life insurance, very recently was having this conversation with my wife in assessing our life insurance. Now that we're 40 years old, don't tell her I said that, but you look at how much insurance do you need? Do you need 10 years of insurance, 20 years of insurance? Do we need 30 years of insurance to take us all the way till we're 70? And the more insurance you get for the same policy, the more expensive the premium is. And that's the same idea with mortgages and mortgage rates. So in the past, the difference in rate between a 30-year and a 40-year has been about, let's say, 0.75% to 1%. So when you look at the payment difference, to extend it out 10 years might only save you $50 or $75 or $100 on a monthly basis. If you extend it out over 50 years, what is that interest rate going to be? And that's really the question. So as always, there's a lot of media coverage of what's going on with mortgages. What can we do? And here's really what it comes down to, is it comes down to home affordability. And whether or not we see a 40-year or a 50-year, or heck, I've seen people poking fun and saying we should do a 100-year loan. The problem that we're trying to solve for, and we've tried to solve for since I've been in the industry, which was 2008, is how do we get folks to afford homes, and how do we get first-time home buyers into the market and not having to wait until they're 40, 50, 60 years old to be a first-time home buyer. And time will tell. I'm not sure a 50-year mortgage is going to solve that problem, considering the interest rate may be through the roof, and you look at extending your loan out 20 extra years and not really having a giant payment difference. So I do think it makes sense to, at the end of the day, talk to professionals about this, talk to us in the mortgage world, see what you can qualify for, see what your options are. You may be able to qualify for a low enough interest rate in today's day and age on a 30-year loan where that payment's affordable. And if that doesn't work, we can give you some tools in planning. Even you might want to find some local financial planners or financial professionals in the area that can work with you on budgeting and saving money and doing all the things that you need to do. But with that said, It's not quite official yet. There's a whole lot of conversation and scuttlebutt, which is a great word, about something that may or may not ever happen. So if you have any specific questions, I can help you in any way. Please go to honestrate.com, interact with us there. You can always call directly at 216 998 0097 is my personal line, or 998-0123 is our general number. And hopefully we can help you out, give you some advice and some guidance, and find ways to keep making homes affordable.